What's up, everybody? Welcome to an all-new episode of SCNS Live, the super cool nerd show. And I'm sitting in Cat's seat because she's not here, but we miss her. Anyway, thank you for joining us tonight. We're going to be talking about Free Comic Book Day and Fan Expo and Frightmare, and all of this is happening in a weekend. No sleep crew. Up early in the morning and home late at night, and then editing video and doing interviews and stuff. And we have some interviews planned for Fan Expo. It should be a good time. If we see you guys out there, make sure you come to one of us and say hi, or, you know, punch price. Yeah.
Some of us will be in cosplay.
Some of us don't have cosplay done. So
some of us
are
disappointed that our seamstress didn't.
I could wear Trevor. I could wear Trevor.
You should do Trevor.
Some of us are disappointed that their seamstress didn't come through.
I'm sorry, but
Slump shoulder.
Oh, I was like, I'm my own seamstress, so yes, yeah. I'm disappointed that I didn't come through.
I'm disappointed for you and for me. No sleep till Brooklyn this weekend.
Exactly.
No, there will be no sleep at all.
Yeah.
It is going to be an experience. So, yes. But thank you for joining us out there. I'm Jason the X, but I don't do the show by myself. Over here is Cass.
What's up? And right here is representing Kat.
I'm so happy.
Because there's so many Overwatch figures.
I got everything.
And this is the love of her life.
I got everything.
And a flying Bruce.
And flying Bruce Campbell.
He's leaping into action.
Yeah. Reviews on these will be coming this week. There's some really great lines. And but also, over here, we got Bryce.
Hey.
My fellow toy brother.
Hey, buddy.
What's up?
Hey, guys.
What's good?
I'm happy. I'm excited for this weekend.
It's going to be
It's going to be wild, wicked, and
exciting, all of those things.
And full of evil trees growing out of salads.
Okay, I'll post it.
Okay, good.
I'll post the picture.
Make it sound pretty to your ears and look good behind the board. It's Miss Cora.
What up? I got nothing, so.
Okay. You are so white.
I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know.
Wow, okay.
I mean, what the actual? Going back there. I can't.
That's gangster. Come on, you don't recognize gangster over there?
First of all, say gangster again.
Say it with a hard R.
First of all, it is only
good golly, it feels good to be a gangster.
To say gangsta.
We have been living most of our lives. Living in
no,
a gangster's paradise.
No. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. Okay. So with that, let's kick it off with some super cool nerd news. Okay, welcome to Super Cool Nerd News. Now, officially, the Russo brothers have put out that it is inappropriate to talk about Avengers Endgame spoilers until Monday. We will be observing that on this show because the Russos are very good. But I will say congratulations to Avengers Endgame for surpassing $1.2 billion in a weekend, crushing the previous record that was held by another movie, Avengers Infinity War, at $640 million. So they shattered their own record. Avatar, we coming for you. We coming for your box office. So anyway, with that, I'm not sharing. And see, somebody messed with my phone, and then that happened.
That was on me. I turned his phone off.
And then automatically I knew I was home, so I turned my phone back on. Anyway, but what I will share with you about Endgame is a story that warms my heart. Yes, even I can shed a tear at the sheer viciousness of what I'm about to read you. So I'm not going to expose the guy, but he does go by Pro Revenge on Reddit and shared his story. So back when Infinity War came out, he was not able to see it on opening night. So he made a post with Thanos, the hashtag Thanos demands your silence. And someone found him and purposefully gave him spoilers to the movie on the social media page.
Oh.
Did he get angry? No. In fact, he messaged the guy and said, ha ha ha, that's real funny, man. I actually saw the movie already. I was just talking about it for other people in general. To which the guy goes, oh, wait, yeah, that was a pretty funny joke, man. And they became friends. On Facebook, messaging each other for a year, talking it out, being just bros. All the while, the man who had been scorned, however, was just biding his time. He messaged his friend Endgame night and was like, are you going to see Endgame? Oh, no, I'm not going to be able to see it until after the weekend, so no spoilers, bro. Yeah, no spoilers, bro. But instead, he went to the movie and while enjoying Endgame, took pictures of key parts of the film. Noted key plot twists and elements, everything that happened in it. And after he was done, got on Messenger and said, hey, buddy, did you see the movie? No, of course not, man. I didn't see it. No spoilers, right, bro? Right, bro. To which he messaged him everything. And the guy confused. Bro, why are you doing this, man? We're friends. Why would you do this to me? Because he's like, because I'm not your friend. I have waited a year to do this, enduring your boring, idiotic statements on Facebook and laughing at your lame jokes. I am not your friend. And this is your comeuppance. I gotta tell you, friends, I quit smoking a couple years ago. But had I executed a revenge plot like that, I would need me a cigarette. To this gentleman, I salute you. I have not seen such a tale of revenge like that, and it warmed my heart. That's beautiful.
That takes just, wow.
A whole year.
I mean, that's a great setup.
A year.
Wow. That's playing the long game. The long game for
the
that.
The long
game.
con.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just a beautiful story. Yes, go to, he is pro-revenge on Reddit.
I can see why.
And clearly, this is the man right here. I stand in awe.
Pro-revenge is, I feel like it's an accurate name.
Yeah.
That is the most pro-revenge.
I feel like it is our responsibility to make like a plaque or something.
Right?
Just to hang it. So we need to hang it. We need to find wherever the victim's house is and put it on his sidewalk. Here was the greatest act of revenge pulled in this century. Just put it. What are you doing? I'm just installing this plate, man. Boy, he got you.
The greatest revenge since the Count of Monte Cristo happened right here.
Hashtag smart joke.
That was amazing and just...
I mean...
Well played.
Wow.
To endure this...
I don't normally... I would never endorse spoiling something for someone. But that is... You gotta give it up. You gotta give it up for him. He is truly living in a gangster's paradise.
Just imagine... Stop! I'm just trying to imagine the guy's face when all that stuff started coming through.
Oh,
just, like, and then the
what
whole,
you say?
I'm not your friend.
Yeah.
I've just been waiting and biding my time.
That's amazing.
Whew.
Like, this is the personification of the what you say meme.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's this whole moment.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Gotta give it up. That's
anyway,
fantastic.
that is mine. Cora, please, so you can stop doing this. Cora, what is your news story tonight?
Well, as we all know, this week dropped a very important trailer, and that trailer is for Sonic the Hedgehog. A lot of the trailer was well received, except for one very important detail, and that is the fact that Sonic looks like he comes from Uncanny Valley hell. Like, look at this. We had to stare at this, now you do too. Look at this.
It is
awful.
terrifying.
I decided to not put the one with the human teeth showing. I can't take it.
Thank you.
But there is a light at the end of the tunnel for this. Paramount has acknowledged that we don't like the design at all. And their director, Jeff Fowler, responded on Twitter with, The message is loud and clear. You aren't happy with the design and you want changes. It's going to happen. Everyone at Paramount and Sega are fully committed to making this character the best he can be. So they are going to be making some changes. What those changes are, we have no way of knowing. Hopefully they're going to be changes for the better, because I just can't, like, it's the mouth and the eyes.
There
Just-
are
I mean, it
a
is.
number of problems here.
It
I mean-
is, but it's kind of the whole design, really. It's the legs oddly aren't skinny enough. Like, it's just that Sonic the Hedgehog was never meant to look realistic, and then they tried to make him realistic, and they
Right.
kind of offshoot from the original design.
Right. And to be honest, like, I don't hate a lot of the design. It's just the face that looks weird with it, because the rest of the body does still look like a character and not a real thing. But then you get, and everything else looks like a character, not a thing. Then you get to the face, and it's human, and it's, except for the nose, and it's very off-putting. I can see what they were.
The teeth.
I can see what they were trying to go for. I applaud them for taking that risk, because they had to have known when designing this that this was going to be a risk. And I am going to give props to Paramount for going like, okay, we get it. We're gonna fix it. What I'm worried about is the movie comes out in November. That is when it's slated to come
Not
out.
anymore.
Did they push it back?
No more
Oh,
of that.
I would.
If they don't push it back, I will be in awe, and then I will also mourn the animators, because there's I can almost guarantee you they're gonna have to work overtime to fix all of the CGI, depending on how much they've already done. We didn't get a lot of full scenes with Sonic. A lot of them were with, like, Dr. Robotnik, who Jim Carrey, just thank you.
Nailed it.
Thank you for being the Robotnik that we needed and deserved. But there weren't a lot of scenes that we saw with Sonic specifically.
Yeah.
So there may not be as much for them to fix before they continue animating. Hopefully. Because I don't want the animators to die.
Yeah.
Can you imagine at, like, the funeral, Sally Sue died, animating Sonic the Hedgehog. Her last words were, "I cannot animate another electric blue hair," as she slumped over dead. I can't do this anymore. Oh.
I'm going to applaud him for doing that, but I got to admit, how trashy Sonic looked was sustaining me.
Yeah.
Like, I was ready for this to be my new Super Mario Brothers.
Oh no.
Ah.
I mean, this. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay. I mean, this movie looked like one of those movies that was gonna be so much fun to hate on. Like, I
Yeah.
was already planning, because my birthday is in November. That's my birthday. We're gonna go to the theater. Me and some friends. We're gonna make sure we go to a showing where we're not gonna, take away this moment for little kids.
Right.
It's gonna be a showing where there's not many people, and we're just going to destroy it, because that's what this movie looked like it was headed to. And it's still probably going to be that way, just because me and my friends don't really know much about Sonic.
Yeah.
But
There's a couple of things that are kind of interesting about this. Number one, I don't think there would have been as much backlash if it wasn't for Detective Pikachu, which gave us nearly perfect renditions
Yeah.
of animated characters. Like, Detective Pikachu looks exactly like Pikachu's supposed to. They just brought him into the world, and that, I think that we would all have been like, oh yeah, Sonic sucks, whatever. But since Detective Pikachu is coming out, and we're like, okay, that's what it's supposed to look
Looks
like,
very
though.
entertaining.
right.
Yeah.
And I think some. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, is it wrong for me to want Jeff Goldblum to play Sonic and do it live action? Because I think I would
Just throw him
enjoy
in a
that.
blue suit.
Yeah. Well, he's played in Earth Girls Are Alien. No, I'm sorry.
Earth Girls are easy.
Earth Girls Are Easy. Sorry, thank you. He plays a great alien in a cat suit, basically, in an alien suit in full makeup.
Sure.
And I'm just saying, I wonder. That's my thought. And would it be wrong for me to want the Cat in the Hat to make an appearance? No?
Talk about Uncanny Valley. Like,
Yeah.
That's creepy.
With
Michael
what you were
Myers.
saying, with Pokemon, one of the things that Pokemon does have an edge on that Sonic doesn't is that a lot of the creatures, a lot of the Pokemon, are based off of animals and look very animalistic already.
That's fair.
So animating them into a more realistic sense wasn't that difficult for them in certain aspects. Certain characters like Mr. Mime, they still kept more cartoony.
And Mr. Mime's supposed to be creepy.
Yeah, Mr. Mime is supposed to be terrifying. But there's also a difference in the studios doing it.
Very much.
With Pokemon, it's very obvious that everybody working on this loves Pokemon and they want it to be its best version. Like, everyone's on board with the designs, everyone's on board with everything. With Paramount, again, you can tell that everybody working on this loves Sonic the Hedgehog and wants it to be good, but there's some producer, there's someone in there looking at the designs, like when they first came out, maybe it was gonna look more like Sonic.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, it has to be realistic and edgy, because that's what they want. And they had to do it. And now they've been able to get that leverage that they need going, no, that's not what they want. See? And able to show that that's not.
You think that's what happened?
Maybe. I mean,
Maybe.
it's all theory, but it's
Yeah.
something that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I know how producers can just completely destroy a movie. Last Airbender.
DC Universe.
DC Universe is a much better example. Because
It was very clear what happened.
Either way, that's not what
I normally wouldn't support a studio bending to the will of fans that are kind of wishy-washy, but for this, I support it.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't want them to change. Full steam ahead with the shit.
With the weird looking.
Look, after Endgame, such great movies that we've seen here recently, I was ready for a shit movie.
You were ready for trash. Okay.
That's something I can go in and just laugh uncontrollably at, and not because it's good.
There are 2 X-Men's coming out. I feel like you're going to get that opportunity.
I don't even care about those movies.
Fair.
I refuse to care.
But also remember that we're all just living in a gangster's paradise.
Ah, yes.
Worst! Look, that's a great song. It just
You know
did
what?
not fit the context.
But you know what? It subverted our expectations.
You know what somebody did though? They took Batista, his theme song, they overlaid it over the Sonic trailer, and it's perfect.
Oh my god!
Like,
I have to look that up
when
later.
Sonic does this little hop back and forth right before he runs, it's just like when Batista.
That's amazing.
Like that's what, yeah! I love that this movie looks so bad, but now it's gonna look better, and I'm a little disappointed. I wanted a shit show.
You'll get over it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all have stories. I'm sorry.
Which one of us would you like to go first?
I was inconsolable on how bad.
I'm gonna go.
Go.
Marvel's going to hell.
Great.
Yep. And
Hot take.
they're gonna, and apparently Ghost Rider is gonna be very much in the thick of it. Very much. Do that again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
In 2020, Hulu is gonna have the Ghost Rider series with Robbie Reyes reprising his role from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So you're gonna have the demonic one seeking vengeance once again. This show is going to be edgier than what we've seen from other Marvel properties, apparently, is
Yeah.
what they're saying.
You couldn't do Ghost Rider without that.
Yeah. You could make it a bad. You could make it...
Shut up, Nick Cage.
Yeah, right? I was going to say, I wonder if Nick lobbied for this at all. You know.
Maybe. Although Nick is involved in with Marvel in other ways now, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In what way? What is he doing?
He did Into the Spider-Verse.
That's right. Sorry. Yeah, he did do that. I forgot about that. So the show is, of course, going to star Gabriel Luna. I forgot to mention, and
Reprising his role.
yes, you're right.
He was good too.
Yeah, I liked him.
Yeah. So it should be interesting. I don't know if they're ever going to touch on Johnny Blaze, but we'll see.
I mean,
see what happens.
They did in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. when they showed Johnny Blaze shared his power with them, so I don't see. I mean, he's already kind of established. So
Yeah. I did enjoy him. I don't watch a lot of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for many reasons, but I did watch some of his episodes, and I thought he was really, really good as Ghost Rider.
And he's Texas's own.
Is he really?
Yep.
Heck yeah.
The night he announced that he was going to be playing Ghost Rider,
Yeah.
I was already following him on Twitter for something. And I was like, all right, a Texas boy. And he replied to me directly and said, the stars at night are big and bright.
Aww.
Deep in the
I was like, yes, do good.
Cool.
Deep in the heart. Anyway, you tricked me.
So
You tricked us.
I would just say that the executive producer, Paul Zibazewski,
Wow.
is being
What a
that's a
name.
mouthful. Is being quoted as saying Marvel's known for all the heart, humor, and action they put into every series, but this time around we're adding some scares to that mix.
Ooh.
So
Okay, so we're leaning a little like horror, not just dark, but like horror.
yeah, it would seem that way.
I mean, I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
If this is the way they're going to do some of the edgier characters by putting them out on Hulu, because we were worried about what was going to happen to the Marvel properties on Hulu, whereas, well, Runaways will be entering its third season on
Yeah.
Hulu. So clearly, they're keeping that content there. So who else? It's a platform for a lot of R-rated. I'll leave it at that. It's a platform for a lot of R-rated characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be interesting. I think a lot of other people like WandaVision and Loki are both announced for Disney Plus,
They're
right?
busy, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
and Sam and Bucky.
Yes. Yeah,
Yes.
they're announced for Disney Plus as
Right.
well, right?
Right.
Okay.
So Hulu, maybe they'll bring the Galactus Bachelor show,
Jesus.
to their network.
Stop.
It could be like
I'm down.
the 2.5 Men
No.
version of
No.
Mark. Yes.
No.
No.
Is there another
Galactus Sexcapades.
Oh my God.
Oh, I don't want to think about
Is there
that.
another R-rated character that you would like to see on Hulu?
Blade.
Fair. Is it time for a reboot of Blade? You think?
Absolutely.
You think so?
Can we
Not
have-
Wesley, but
Yeah.
I could go for that, but I would also add that I want something along the lines of I've mentioned it before, and I think in fantasy casting, what would be fun for me. It's my opinion. I would like to see like Christian Serratos or someone of her talent take on Spider-Woman.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see a female-driven hero series.
With a reasonable suit. Yeah.
Gwenpool
Sure.
gets a series on Hulu.
Yeah, I'm down.
I mean, I'd be okay with that. Yeah, that's fine. And there are a lot of Marvel female characters that probably deserve their own show, and
Yeah.
I'm not thinking of them right now. But I wouldn't mind a She-Hulk show either. Wouldn't bother me any.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
like-
if they got the budget for it, I would watch a Deadpool TV show.
Oh yeah.
Like
But
OG Deadpool.
I just like the way She-Hulk was comedically written.
I think it would work
Many years
as
ago.
far as like the character with the whole have her in the daytime doing the lawyer
Yeah.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it would be a pretty funny show. If you go with the She-Hulk from the 90s written by John Barrett.
That's what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm.
That one.
Yep. So I hope you're listening, Hulu. Marvel.
Oh, they absolutely are.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Good.
Why would they not be?
Right. Yeah.
They watch our show every week. What are you talking
Of
about?
course.
Good.
All right. Last but certainly not least.
All right. So my story tonight has me uttering a phrase that I've only uttered a couple of times in my life. Wow, I would love to watch that documentary. I'm very much not a documentaries person, but there will be a documentary called Raising Kratos. It is the story of the 5-year-long process of bringing Kratos back in God of War. If you don't know a whole lot about God of War, this latest God of War completely reinvented not only the character, but the setting. They gave him a son. Everything, the whole mythology is different. God of War was always Greek mythology, and they switched it to Norse. So this was a big risk for the company. This was a big risk for everyone. Cory Barlog, who directed this previous God of War, or this most recent God of War that came out about a year ago, he had to deal with a lot of hate, including from me and Kat, but neither of us were convinced. We were both very angry. because we didn't want to see a reinvented Kratos. We didn't want to see a softer Kratos. And that's kind of not what we got. But a lot of fans came around it. It's kind of the story of that. It's the story of it selling 3.1 million copies in 3 days. It won 5 BAFTAs. #1 game of the year. And I am absolutely excited to watch this documentary. Has Christopher Judge and Sonny Suljic, I think his name is, as Kratos and his son Atreyu. Atreus.
Wrong franchise.
Boy.
Atreus. Boy. Yeah, I'm really, really excited to see this documentary. It is coming soon to they say PlayStation YouTube. I'm assuming they're just talking about the channel, but they keep saying coming soon to PlayStation YouTube. So I guess look out for that. And I think it's the channel. I think that's what that means. So, yeah, I'm excited about it. Love God of War. Love the most recent God of War. Yeah.
I mean, for a game that went past my expectations.
Yeah, and was heavily controversial in its own fandom.
I was skeptical, but
Same.
you know what?
I was not excited. I was like, what is this?
I wouldn't even say I was against it. I was just skeptical. But
That's fair.
anyway, that's not the news because unfortunately we have to have a serious moment. We've lost 2 great actors today. One that was
great
an
actor.
old one you had.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just
lost
one.
Which it's a big one. Peter Mayhew, who's also a resident of North Texas here, unfortunately has passed. The famous actor who played Chewbacca. You always see him around the convention scene around here. He's very quiet, just kind of to himself. Shared a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff with Star Wars, and yeah, he. I'd say he's pretty much passed the torch on to the other guy who's playing him now. He was in the Last Jedi, but very sparingly, just because he was in poor health. But yeah, he is gone, and much like many of the actors from this kind of generation, we're seeing them go. It doesn't make it any easier, but it's really sad.
Lived an amazing life, though.
Oh,
An
yeah,
amazing life. Lived to see, not only act in the original Star Wars, but lived to see this resurgence and this outpouring from fans. And I don't know. He was amazing, and I'm glad that he got to see fans coming back to Star Wars.
And he did say that he was very happy to see.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna miss him.
I'm sure he lived a charmed life. I never, interacted with Peter one-on-one, but what an amazing opportunity for a man to be able to be a part of something that will be remembered probably hundreds of years
And he's a large
from
part
now.
of that.
Yeah, he is.
He's a legend.
So imagine the amount of good times and great interactions he had with fans around the world. There are only, what's the percentage of the population who get to do what Peter did? What an amazing life he must have led. And I did see him at New Year's, what was it? Marvelous Nerd Year's Eve a few years ago when he was on stage with his wife, and they were reminiscing about the past and about Carrie Fisher, and I was enamored with the guy. I think he was very fan friendly and loved and beloved. So he'll definitely be missed, and it's a shame. Would have liked to have seen Peter do some other things, but I guess age caught up with him, and it happens to the best of us.
Yeah. We're going to miss him, and definitely want to just make sure we talk about the passing. A great man, a legend in his own right. That character's never going to go away. Chewbacca is going to live with all of us, and, Wookiee yells. Roar.
Definitely
One more time?
iconic.
Roar.
There we go. That's better.
I used to do that when I had my tonsils. I used to do it perfectly. Anyway, so there. The sad part of the show is
Bragger.
You need your tonsils to do that?
You need a uvula.
So it's a girl house.
Yeah. Not
Wow,
that
that's an obscure
one.
joke.
No,
I
don't
know.
have one. The little baby down thing in the back of your throat. I don't have one.
It's absolutely no. It's called it's a reference to Monster House, which came out in like 2004.
So, like we were saying earlier, though, we have a huge weekend of stuff going on in Dallas. There's like multiple conventions, but we're gonna focus on the big boys and the big events. So, of course, we will be at Fan Expo Dallas,
Hey,
which is loaded with stuff to do.
absolutely.
There, people we know are moderating panels, especially some of my favorite people like Peter Cullen. Anyway, but God, the guest list is positively loaded. They've got separate areas just for cosplayers. I think we're actually getting a little bit more floor space this time around too.
Are we really?
Yeah.
Good.
The big one, of course, is one of the events is the Indie Takeover by some of our friends, Showing Up Studios, Dust Comics. Elliot in a Box, they're all going to be doing the Indie Takeover. They have their own little area, and we're definitely going to go over there, maybe shoot some live video, maybe stream some stuff live, so y'all can see the stuff that's happening on the floor. My favorite crack dealer of plastic toys will be there. I need my fix, babe. I need a Sunstreaker. Anyway, we'll be there, so I'm looking forward to that. We do have one interview that we know is set up. The Ripley's, believe it or not, people have invited us to come over and check out some of the collectibles from Star Wars, Indiana Jones that we have over there, and a large hairball, apparently.
Woohoo!
Are you gonna put some hair in the hairball?
I'll finally get to add my hair.
Ew!
What's wrong with you?
That's disgusting. That's so gross.
You don't touch the hairball.
I don't care. It's gross.
You don't have to.
The human body is a disgusting place.
It is.
Don't want mine near anyone else's.
It's hair.
I don't know what to expect on that, but
It's hair
we've
from
been
all.
invited, so.
It's hair from all over the country.
Hooray.
It's funny how it looks great when it's positioned correctly on top of your dome.
Yeah.
But when
After
the
that,
second
I'm
it
not
falls
about it.
off your dome, it
It's
becomes
gross.
an unwanted.
That's why I think it's weird to wear a wig of your own hair.
And that's why I never do it.
Yeah, Karen Gillan
And
wore
I would
a
appreciate
wig
you
of her own
accusing
hair.
of you not
No,
accusing me of
yeah.
doing
You're
that
talking about
on a live podcast.
when she was at the
After
Avengers
she was
thing,
Nebula, yeah.
and someone asked if she shave her head, and she took off the wig.
Yeah.
I love that. Moment.
It's super weird, though, to wear a wig of your own hair. Yeah, no, Fan Expo.
K. Bailey Hutchinson Center starting Friday.
Yep.
You're going to go out and pick up your passes tonight, apparently. We will be there all weekend delivering on nerd content and causing havoc. I mean, not havoc. I'm sorry. What did I say?
That's what we caused last time. Last Fan Expo, if you'll remember, we ran around with Josh Petersdorf.
Yes. Oh, I'm
Who-
sorry he won't be there this year.
Oh, and he's not on the table. The voice of Roadhog from Overwatch. And we ran around and hung out with him and wreaked havoc, interrupted a panel.
That was great.
So
That's
there's...
some of his old partner voice actors.
If we can get up to some shenanigans with somebody, you know we will. That is absolutely what's going
Oh,
to happen.
absolutely. There will be shenanigans. I don't know. I know. I hope they're not watching this show.
Kat and I will be in cosplay. I'm not sure which days. I know one of the days we're going to be doing Junkrat and Roadhog again. So if you see female Junkrat and Roadhog, come say hi. The Roadhog is shorter. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we hope to have a really good time there. I'm pretty sure we will. Fan Expo, all 3 days. So yeah, that's the big event. There's also Texas Frightmare Weekend,
Woohoo!
which
Yeah, I want to add for Fan Expo, Zachary Levi is going to be there.
oh god, who
Yay!
Our newest Shazam.
I think we talked. We went through the list.
yeah,
Oh,
we
you
went through
did?
the list. We did a show where we went through the list of everything that was happening with.
But who are you excited about?
Oh, okay.
But yeah, go ahead. What you're excited about?
Oh, yeah. Well, I was going to say excited about Zachary. Linda Carter's going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
That's Hollywood royalty. She's
Yeah.
showing up. She never does conventions, with the exception of she did one in Salt Lake City recently. But other than that, it's hard to find Linda
Yeah.
on anything other than YouTube and Supergirl. So this is your chance, America. What are you waiting for?
I don't even know where
Sure.
to begin with their guest list. Voice actors.
William Shatner's going to be there. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Who? Well, as long as I can piss them off again.
Okay, yeah, I want to see that.
Rude.
Oh, we did.
My first crush will be there.
Who?
Kiefer Sutherland.
The cast of Back to the Future: Michael J. Fox, Christopher Lloyd, Leah
Yes.
Thompson, Tom Wilson, James Tolkien, Charlie Hunnam,
Rainn Wilson for no apparent reason.
Pamela Anderson from nowhere. They still have Peter Mayhew listed.
Yeah, I know.
I
Anyways,
need to fix that. Ralph Macchio. When did he get?
and William Zabka.
Yeah, the Karate Kid guys are going to be there. And the Goonies are going to be there. They're going to have a
the
Goonies,
Goonies,
reunion.
the kids
Yeah.
from It, except for the girl.
David Harbour will not be there.
Rose
Yeah.
McIver's going to be there.
What do you know Rose McIver from?
From Power Rangers RPM.
Of course.
Okay.
She was also on iZombie.
I know her from iZombie.
She's currently on
Yeah. Is that show still running?
iZombie. It's their last season.
Okay.
Started tonight, actually.
Also, my boy Superman's going to be there. Actually, 2 Supermans are going to be there, I think. Both Tom Welling
Yes.
and Tyler Hoechlin
Right.
Mhm.
That's
are
right.
both going to be there.
Mm-hmm. They're having a Smallville reunion. Yeah.
Mike
Yeah.
Coulter will be there. Our Luke Cage, which I hope in 2 years they bring him back.
The sexiest voice in all of voice acting will
No.
be there.
Oh, well, go ahead.
Kari Payton.
Oh, really? Because I was going to say Phil Lamar.
Phil Lamar. Okay, but like sexiness, Kari beats him out.
I don't know. Jon Stewart.
Jon Stewart is sexy, but like
I can't even do the
Kari's-
Jon. I,
I know. He's
And
amazing.
also, they call me Jack.
Yes.
That is my favorite voice of Phil Lamar's. Oh my God, this is going to be great. So we got voice actors. I don't think we're...
The always entertaining John Barrowman will be there.
Oh, I forgot
Jesus.
about him. Oh, I love him so much.
He is a delight. He is never boring.
No.
But aside from all these guests, though, definitely go check out all of the artists that are going to be there. It is a loaded artist alley.
Oh, yeah.
There's also, let's say you're an artist. Maybe you want your portfolio looked at. DC and Marvel will be there looking at portfolios.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
So
By appointment only.
by appointment only.
So
I think, there's always a little bit of wiggle room sometimes.
Hopefully.
But if you are an up-and-coming artist and maybe you're like, I don't know if my stuff wants to... Go get your stuff seen. At least get some criticism or whatever. I know that's hard to take, but go. If you want to break into the business, this is a good way to get into it. So go have your portfolios looked at. I was really excited that they added that, too.
Also,
that is a neat thing. I've never heard of them doing that before at a con.
They do
they
it
do
sometimes, yeah.
They do it
Okay.
at, they haven't really done it at Fan Expo. It is regularly done at, like, some of the larger cons.
With DC and Marvel attending?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I didn't know that.
WonderCon and San Diego Comic-Con, they do that as well.
Oh, well, they haven't invited me to show my artwork, so I didn't know that.
Well, they
haven't
have to
invited-
invite you. Oh, okay.
Do you think Kat and I should go from Doa Drawings with our stick figures
Just let me sit back and watch.
and watch as that goes down?
That would
As
be
they
fun.
as they just go, no.
No, thank you.
Oh, David Hyder. We were just talking about him. He's going to be there because he done it.
He done me thing.
Oh, Christina V, who plays the voice of Ladybug. She's also
One of my favorite cosplayers is going to be there.
Me? I'll be there.
Yep.
But you knew that.
Yep.
Oh, I'm
That's
sorry.
who I was talking about.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Absolutely, it's you. No, Maddie Lee, aka Little Beastie. She's the 9 years old now that cosplays Pennywise from It.
That's adorable.
I love her so much. She's gonna
Will
be there.
Friedel's going to be there too.
I know. What do you know him from?
Batman Beyond.
Oh, okay. I know him from Critical Role
Well, yeah.
and Painting Minis.
And also Lucy Pole, Mercy.
Lucy
We
Paul
got,
in yeah.
Gaku Space for Overwatch for Lucio. I'm not Lucio.
Also, like half the cast of Steven Universe, which I
Yeah.
think is cool.
This is going to be
It's gonna be a fun show.
pretty good
Also,
show.
pretty much the entirety of the cast for My Hero Academy, except for like 2 people.
Nice.
For those that like My Hero Academy.
But what about Frightmare? Frightmare
Ooh.
is in, where is it? Hyatt in.
It's gonna be it's the Hyatt that is at the DFW
Yes.
airport.
Okay.
That's all I know.
It's high
Yeah.
DFW.
Yeah.
That's what they call it.
Yep.
Uh,
And Bishop is going to be there.
Bishop.
Your favorite synthetic.
You like the Aliens franchise?
A little bit.
Oh.
A little bit, yeah.
I've never heard him say that.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to be awesome. I've never met Lance and he's never met me, so it's going to be great
Oh,
for
Lance
both of
Hendricks,
us.
okay.
Yeah,
I
it's
love
going to be
how he puts
awesome.
it, he's never met me.
So it's going to be fantastic.
Also, my boy, the one, the only Bruce Campbell. Oh, he's amazing.
You know, I've never met Bruce, and I thought I would have my shot to get a picture with him and all that, and I had no idea they would sell out way before the show even started.
I met Bruce Campbell before I knew who he was.
Before he knew who you was?
Before I knew who he
Gotcha.
was. The first panel I ever went to at a con was Bruce Campbell. And Ricardo and I went, and we were hanging out, and we were hanging out outside, like, way after the panel, and he came out. Ricardo was like, oh, Mr. Campbell, so nice to meet you. And I was like, oh, hey, what's up? And he kind of nodded at me, and I was like, oh, wonder who that was. And then 2 years later, I was like, it's Bruce Campbell. He's so amazing.
Anybody you're looking forward to at any of the shows there, Corey?
Tim Curry at Frightmare. 1000% Tim Curry. Also in the vein of Rocky Horror, because I did remember seeing another Rocky Horror actor, Meatloaf, is going to be there.
Okay.
And I love that. I loved Meatloaf before I knew he was in Rocky Horror, because is he the same one that had was the singer was like, it's the same Meatloaf, right? Or were there two Meatloafs?
Yes, it's the same Meatloaf.
Thank goodness. Okay.
Two Meatloafs?
I didn't know.
There's a food, and then there's the singer.
Okay,
Right.
okay. Also, someone that Jason will probably be happy about, Cassandra Peterson is going to be there. Elvira.
Ah, yes.
He has a history with her.
I figured out
Yeah.
who she was last year.
She's so
Yes.
pretty.
It looks like they are also going to be having what they call an Elm Street party. It looks like they have a lot of actors from Nightmare on Elm Street, including Robert Englund.
Nice.
Let's see. Heather Lennencamp, and I'm sorry if I pronounce these names wrong. The font is tiny. Amanda Weiss? Weiss? Okay, good. Ronnie Blakely, Lisa Wilcock, Danny Hassel.
Robert
Brooke
Englund.
Bundy.
Robert Englund's the OG, right?
Yeah.
Jackie Earle Haley's the newer one. Okay.
I think so.
And the trash one, from what I hear.
Yeah. And these are all going to be the OG actors.
Okay. Dope.
Speaking of OG actors, the Scream Queen that I like the most, and I'm sure I'm not alone, is Felissa Rose from Sleepaway Camp, which is a fantastic cult 80s film, and Felissa is
she
very engaging. So if any of you have ever wanted to meet Felissa, who played a much younger person in that film, she was barely a teen in that film. You should definitely go and talk to her. She's very friendly. She's one of the most friendly and down-to-earth people I've ever spoken to at a con. I spoke to her for at least 30 minutes one day at Monsters of Filmland Con about 2 years ago. If you've seen Victor Crowley from the Hatchet movie series, she was in that as well, and that's an awesome film. And I think she's a lot of fun, so you should definitely check her out. And speaking of Sleepaway Camp and Felissa Rose, I wanted to bring up a Indiegogo campaign for the official Sleepaway Camp documentary, which is supposed to be definitive, and it's going to have a lot of unreleased photos and footage from behind the scenes and whatnot for this documentary if it gets made. I'm not sure when the campaign began, but it's only got 15 days left, and they're not close to reaching their flexible goal yet. So please check out the official Sleepaway Camp documentary on Indiegogo.com if you want to support that endeavor, because it's supposed to be a 5-hour definitive documentary, and it's supposed to feature every actor who's still alive in the film, including the main actors, and of course the director Robert Hiltzik, who wrote it. And this film also spawned 3 sequels. The 4th one, don't waste your time, but it's terrible.
Isn't that the way with horror, though?
Yeah.
But all the main actors, even from the 2nd and 3rd, Pamela Springsteen being the actress from the 2nd and 3rd film, they're all supposed to participate in this Indiegogo documentary. So, and the guy who did it, the guy who's apparently trying to do it, has done a lot of other successful documentaries from Crystal Lake Memories, The Complete History of Friday the 13th, More Brains, Return to the Living Dead, the complete from Return of the Living Dead, also the Fright Night documentary, and the new yet to be released RoboDoc, the creation of RoboCop documentary, which I'm looking forward to. He's got that wrapped up, and that's soon to be coming out. So this guy knows how to make documentaries, so I'm hoping this gets funded, but we'll see. But anyway, back to Texas Frightmare. I just wanted to talk about that because I think that's a cool project. I can't wait to I mentioned Lance Henriksen, but there's a lot of cool guests, including a Reanimator reunion. Jeffrey Combs, a lot of stuff going on at Frightmare.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant there were necromancers going to be there.
There's one other actor that I wanted to point out, just because we were talking about Zachary Levi being at Fan Expo.
Mm-hmm.
We're going. Frightmare is going to have Jackson Bostwick, which was the OG Shazam, if I understand it correctly.
Nice.
You're right.
I mean, he was also in the horror movie The Prey, but he was also in Tron, Shazam. So I thought that was really cool. For those of you who are like OG fans of like older movies, like you prefer the original, there you go.
Yeah, Frightmare is a great, if you like old horror, Frightmare is a great show.
It really is.
Did you watch a horror movie from the 80s? Was it terrible? Come to Frightmare, though. The actors will be there. I love...
If you like movies where the rules don't make sense.
Yep.
If you like movies that were fun and still viewable and rewatchable, and they have practical effects, they're featured.
That's fair.
Those people, those creators and actors are at Frightmare, and they should be highlighted and brought to town and celebrated. There's a lot of great horror films from that decade.
There
from the
are,
80s
absolutely.
and 90s.
And absolutely, the horror films from the 80s and 90s are why we have the horror films that we do today, because they weren't a thing, or they used to be like super high budget, and then in the 80s we were like, oh, we can make a horror film for like $8. Looking at you, Sam Raimi. Like, it doesn't take all this crazy stuff, and you just need a good story and a couple actors in a cabin in the middle of the woods, apparently.
Speaking of Sam Raimi, did you see the preview for Crawl?
No, I did not.
The trailer for Crawl.
No.
Oh, I posted it on a Facebook page, which you should definitely go and follow us on Facebook. Facebook.com/SCNS Live. But we actually got some treats on there. The new trailer for Crawl came out.
This is Sam's project?
This is a Sam Raimi project. It's alligators in Florida when it's flooding.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
That sounds
Okay,
amazing.
okay.
Also, the people over at DC who totally know us sent us over the first, the opening scene from Batman vs. Ninja Turtles.
Nice.
Yeah, which is also posted directly onto the Facebook page. You should definitely go over there and check it out. But yeah, back to Crawl. Ooh, speaking of things that just suspense filled.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna watch it after the show. I gotta show you all that.
Okay.
But anything else about Texas Frightmare? Because I want to go on maybe Sunday.
Yeah.
Just check it out. 'Cause
Well, Lee
it's
Majors
so
is
much
going to be
fun.
there. You mentioned her OG actors and great,
I'm on fire with Sally Field, blown up with a rocket on Welch. Lee Majors was on a show called The Fall Guy where he played a stuntman.
I think.
And he had the best theme song. I might jump an open drawbridge or charge in from a vine. But he was also a bounty hunter to make the bills.
Yeah, the guy was in great shows, and Bruce brought him on Ash versus the Evil Dead as well.
I was about to say, you're going to hate me. I think I know him from Ash vs. Evil Dead.
No, I'm not. I
where
don't hate
he played
you.
Bruce Campbell's
No.
father.
Yeah, and he's, of course, legendary for being the $6 Million Man. So Lee's got a great history,
Also,
a great legacy.
The uncle from Ben 10 on the live action version.
Oh my.
Was he really?
There was a
Yes, he
live
was.
action version of Ben 10.
Oh God, yes, there is.
Was it awful?
I didn't know that was a thing.
But it was good.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. So okay. So those are two big events. But
Yes.
we implore all of you out there, don't forget about Free Comic Book Day. This is the day that we go out and we support our local shops, and we get lots of great swag. Usually they're all running sales. This is my spin day. I'm going to tell you right now. One of my favorites, we're going to just go through a couple of them. My favorite, Zeus Comics and Collectibles, down on Lemon. Not only are they having a free comic book day, they have plenty of artists at the store, posters, quarter comics. They put the comics out there. You can find some good stuff for a quarter. Go out there. Hurry, because all the good stuff goes early.
Yes.
Great collectibles. I have a genuine love for the store, honestly. Richard Neal, the owner of it, I consider him a friend. He runs a great shop, and I always definitely try to go down and support him on Free Comic Day. And it never fails. I say support him, but normally it's just me in his store going, I need that.
Yeah.
But on top of all the artists and that they're going to have there, they're also having a live art and auction at Monica's Tex-Mex from 8 to 11 p.m. It's at 1326 South Lamar in Dallas.
So it's like downtown. This will be near Fan Expo.
Mm-hmm. So you'll be able to jet over there. I did attend one of their live art auctions. They were raising money for the victims of the tidal waves in Japan.
Okay.
And they raised quite a bit of money, but also it was a great art jam. It was a great atmosphere. They had bands. They had a lot of great local artists. Some really great stuff was being produced during the show. So if you want an after-hours event to go to, I definitely recommend that. And also going over to Zeus Comics on Free Comic Book Day. Who else has one they wanted to start with?
I will say, I don't collect a lot of comics. They're expensive. One thing that I do collect is dice. And most of your local comic book shops will be holding a sale, so it's not just comic books. If there's anything that you would find in a comic book shop, then Saturday, right? I'm not crazy.
May the 4th be with you.
Saturday is a great day to go and shop for whatever. I usually go and pick up some dice because I like shiny things to go clack clack.
Same.
Oh yeah.
I have one I can promote. It's Comic Asylum, which is very near where I live in Garland and Richardson. It's right on the border. It's a big shop with gaming, similar to Madness. They have gaming and also the comics and the collectibles. So check out Comic Asylum. They have a big selection of stuff you're going to want.
It seems appropriate, that name for you.
because I'm crazy for comics and pop culture.
You could have
Sure.
stopped it. You're just crazy.
It's just yeah. It's
Thanks.
Okay.
I take that as a compliment.
Oh, good.
Because if I weren't crazy for the things that the other three of you in this room aren't crazy for, then we wouldn't have much in
I'm not
common.
crazy for anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Scratching yourself.
Let me.
Yeah, need your toy fix. I mean, I love his shield though. I love it.
This is great. These are great figures. I can't wait to review them. Cora, where are you going?
Well, other than Zeus Comics, because I do love going to Zeus Comics on Free Comic Book Day. It's always a lot of fun. Another good place to go to, if you like crowds, because it will be crowded, is Madness out in Plano.
That's where I get my dice.
Yes, they have a huge selection in their store of pretty much anything nerd culture that you could want. They're also going to be having various actors there, including Napoleon Dynamite was one that I remember off the top of my head. And Kel from Keenan and Kel will also be there, which is the one I'm more excited about. But I'm weird and may have had a crush on Kel when I was a kid. But we don't talk about that. But they also usually have some of the bigger selection of the comic books. Not all of them. Understand that it's still not all of them. They do have still quite a good collection. And you go there, get some of your comics, meet your actors, and then you leave and go to the next comic book store and basically make a pilgrimage to all your local comic book shops on this day.
I mean, that's how we roll.
Yeah, pick up some free comics, buy something from at least one of the stores, especially your favorite comic book shop. Support local business. Support it. Support it. Or I'm coming for you. You heard me.
Oh, that took a dark turn.
Wow.
We were all having fun over here. Ugh. Are you a guest at Fright Man?
I mean,
creepy.
I wish. That would be great.
For real.
Coming to your home.
Nope.
Pretty much.
Too creepy. Too creepy, man.
I haven't terrified anybody in a while, so I think it needs to happen.
No, fair.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, so yeah. Fan Expo, Frightmare, Free Comic Book Day. Go ahead and get your sleep tonight because, well, you ain't going to have it anymore this weekend. So
Been having a lot of those weekends lately.
rest up, drink your water. Drink water, hydrate, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Be out
Yes,
there.
don't forget to drink water. Don't forget to bring a couple of protein bars with you.
Always be prepared for snacks.
Yeah, because cons are a long day. They're super fun, but they're a long day. So please remember to hydrate, and remember to stretch, and remember to shower. Thank you very much.
Comfortable
shower.
shoes,
Comfortable
if you can.
shoes,
It's getting around
unless
that-
you're in
those-
cosplay.
Get around those hot months. Just saying. Just saying.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, that is our show, guys. Thank you for joining us out there in the Super Cool Nation. We will see you next week for more of this madness when we are. That's going to be the end game show, I say. Well, it's more of expect a. Where do we go from here in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Where does the future? What does the future hold for us in this universe? So join us for that next week. Like I said, if you want to follow us, make sure you follow us. Facebook.com/SCNSLive. Twitter.com/SCNSLive and Instagram. What is it?
At SCNS Live,
No, it's Instagram.com/SCNSLive.
or just at
Just
SCNS
like-
Follow us
Live.
at SCNSLive
Like
on Twitter and
open-
Instagram. There.
It's just like
It's
open your Instagram and
It's
just
almost
type in
it's almost like you can find us on all our social medias at SCNS Live.
That's
what I
so
was looking for,
crazy.
right, yeah. But if you want to follow us personally, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at JasonTheX.
You can follow me at Cass_Bradley. That is KAS_Bradley. You can also follow me and Kat posting the most horrible drawings on Twitter at Doa Drawings, DOA Drawings.
They don't even do it as much. Don't
Well, we
more
do it
drawings.
when they cast,
More
Jason.
drawings. More drawings.
Okay.
Speaking of people I want more from.
Okay.
I've been busy trying to put together displays,
You're
and
organizing.
I'm very
Okay,
busy.
okay.
Yeah, I'm trying like
Living
heck.
that toy life.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Bryce Culver, and also on Instagram I have a fledgling toy page that I need to add content to. It's called Trapdoor Toys. I'm gonna get there.
Okay.
It's
oh, yeah,
gonna happen.
and I'm going to start posting on Instagram, too.
Oh, not a believer.
And if you enjoy Bryce's music on stores, you can also find him at Alternate Heads, which we'll be doing another one the week after next.
Sounds good.
Yeah. And Cora, where can we find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Corodono, which is spelled right there, where I post cosplay and art-related nothings. Or if you would like to scream into the void with me about Suikoden and Moomins, you can join me on Twitter at Hawks Perch. Don't say that no one wants to do that. I guarantee you someone watching this show one day will want to join me in the void. Please join
We
me.
need to stream some more competitive gameplay. Like,
Yes.
We had fun doing that.
I also
Thank you
need
everybody that joined us for that. But also, if you enjoyed the D&D games, we will be back next weekend. Of course, we're going to be busy this one, but playing some more D&D with our adventurers. I know a couple people missed that and they want to see it. We'll be back next weekend. So, anyway, that is our show. We will see you guys out at all the festivities happening this weekend. As we always say around here, keep on
nerding.
That's not the
That's
tagline.
groovy. Groovy, baby. Yeah.
You gotta at least say it like that.
Groovy.